Occupational therapy is all about living life to the fullest. A lot of times after an injury, we think we'll no longer have independence, and we all like to bathe ourselves, dress ourselves, tie our own shoes, write our own papers. So how can we adjust that, modify that, and create it so that you can become independent again?
Well, really, there's an infinite amount of areas you could take your occupational therapy assistant degree. You can work with children in schools, you can work at a preschool, there's hospital settings, you can work in home health. I even know of some companies hired occupational therapists to make sure their workers are having the correct ergonomics and not injuring themselves, which would save the company money.
The Occupational Therapy Assistant Program is a 2-year program that we do client transfers. We learn how to measure people's range of motion and different types of things that occupational therapists would do.
You learn a lot through the first year, and then in the second year you kind of working as an OTA, and you learn a lot there in those clinical settings. There were many of my classmates that were non-traditional students. I only think there were only really a couple students that were truly traditional, and I think that because of the varied scope of practice and the different settings, along with the different opportunities across the country, that it applies to people that are even well established in careers.
As you grow and as you change, so can the career. There's endless possibilities. There's endless different populations you can work with.
Usually when we do work with individuals that need an OTA, it is to actually get around the house, cook meals for their family, bathing care, anything that's needed on the day-to-day basis for the client. So luckily Washburn has set us up with a facility here that can actually provide everything that we need to walk a patient through what an intervention may consist of. So we're actually able to practice it here and then go out into the real world and not feel uncomfortable with what we're doing with the client.
You don't have to have a lot of knowledge before coming into the program. They help you and they train you. They start from the basics, and they just help you get into that setting and get you ready.
So we not only want you to adapt and learn the OT side of everything, but we also want you to improve on your critical thinking and your processing skills and your interprofessional skills and your communication skills.
I've never had teachers that care so much about my personal well-being and my personal education, and they will make sure that each student has what they need. I feel like they go the extra mile here at Washburn to really make sure you're getting a good hands-on experience.